Hey, what's up, guys? We are back again with one of the best decks in the new meta that I just made. Dark Goblin is unbelievably strong right now, and after the damage buff of 9%, it is able to get so much more value on towers, shredding units at the river, and sometimes when your opponent goes in for a log on top of the Spear Goblins or the Graveyard Skeletons from your Graveyard Freeze, your Dark Goblin can take the entire tower. So let's go jump straight some games and assert dominance with this brand new deck. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. Thank you to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to support the channel, making the videos better every single day. Jumping into this game against Ivan, I have no clue what he's got. So I'm not going to go for a graveyard until I figure that out. Until then, Spear Goblin's out of the gate. Give me that cheeky chip and we'll figure out what you got, my dude. Let's go. That's so much value. 500 damage at the start of the game feels awesome. Dude, why are you going to Mega Knight like that? You could have just simply Mega Knighted on top of the Spear Goblins, but no. You have to Mega Knight after we take all the damage. Okay, you know what? If you want to give me the damage lead, so be it. The Knight versus the Mega Knight. Mega Knight, you have to give the title to the Knight now. He just dethroned you. He destroyed you. You don't deserve the title of Mega Knight. You don't deserve 7 Elixir. Our simple Sir was able to shut you down so easily. I might be able to go in for a graveyard and single Elixir if our opponent decides to spam all of their Elixir like that. Like, I don't think you're going to have another good answer to us. What the heck am I playing against? Are you kidding me? Is this some type of sadistic joke? I could have activated King Tower with the Bomb Tower. Why didn't I activate King Tower with the Bomb Tower? Oh, you know what? I wouldn't have been able to kill the Firecracker then, so maybe it was the right play. This is really scary. I don't know why I'm playing against a Mega Knight plus a Lava Hound deck with Clone. What? Please tell me that doesn't take my tower. That just did 1,300 damage, mirroring up guards on my left-hand side. This is ridiculous. Ladder, what are you doing at the start of the season to me right now? I know I have a level 12 graveyard, but I don't deserve to get memed on like this. Okay, so I can graveyard when the minions are out of cycle, and that's where I'm going to be able to get the most of my damage. You always have to pay attention to your opponent's card cycle and be like, okay, what do they have? What are they going to do? Guards and minions are his 2 great answers. I guess he's also got another one now with the Night Witch. I need to find our way through right now. Please, going for minions. No, don't do that Lava Hound like that, bro. Miss me with that. I can Bomb Tower here. Ooh, there's the minions. That's exactly what we're looking for. I'm going to freeze on defense, and I'll also go in for the Dark Goblin. There are so many air cards coming at me. This is the most uncomfortable Lava Hound deck that I've ever seen in my life. You know what? It's the mid-ladder deck with everyone running Mega Knight in the weirdest decks possible. Like, you would expect every Lava Hound deck to have maybe Barbarians, but no, this one's got Mega Knight. You guys have seen this probably before. I guarantee it. You guys have seen this before. You guys have been like,
now you understand my pain. Every deck has Mega Knight, Jake.
all right, I think that we're going to take a ton of damage if I don't go for a Knight in time, because that will jump for joy on my tower. Oh, it doesn't. Wow. You know what? I'm going to graveyard, because we've got a Dark Goblin, Spear Goblin's counter pushing. I think this is probably worth it. Daryl the Dark Goblin is putting in mad work. I'm going to freeze, because the Dark Goblin needs to lock on a tower. That's all I care about. I don't care about the Graveyard Skeleton. Daryl the Dark Goblin is our win condition with an undeniable amount of dominance. And with 20 seconds remaining, all we have to do is hold the door. I don't think that's going to be too difficult. The Dark Goblin's going to kill everything, even the Mega Knight maybe. Are you serious? How much value did I get from that simple Dark Goblin? The tower, the entirety of the Mega Knight, probably some bats there too, and our opponent doesn't even want to play the game anymore. You know what? I feel like Dark Goblin is really way too strong right now. All right, so jumping into this one, Spear Goblins at the start always feels phenomenal. You're able to get a lot of chip damage or force out more Elixir than the Spear Goblins are worth, and in that situation, we get a 3 Elixir investment from the Skeleton Army and 500 damage. The best of both worlds, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So, which Skeleton Army? Probably going to be Giant Graveyard. If we're playing against Giant Graveyard, it is imperative that we keep our Dark Goblin alive, or I'm not going to be alive. So, please, sir, don't die on me, Daryl. Daryl the Dark Goblin staying alive and staying strong. Finishing off the Witch, allowing me to go for a Graveyard counter push. Usually, they're going to have Skeleton Army Bats. Ooh, Skeleton King. Wait, what? Can I freeze? I think I can freeze on everything. Dark Goblin's going to lock on a tower. We're going to get way more value. Do we kill the Skeleton King with skeletons? That would be too poetic. Oh, it simply didn't happen. I was optimistic, guys. I was here for it, you know? If you're picking up what I'm putting down, that's exactly what we wanted to see. I think he's going to go in for the Skeleton King ability. No, he doesn't. I'm so glad I didn't overcommit with the snowball there. I was getting scared. I did not want to get spooked by that. Spear Goblin's coming through with even more chip damage. As you guys can see, you've got multifarious answers to the graveyard. Whether it's going to be the Dark Goblin or the Spear Goblins, and even a quick cycle with Snowball and Skeletons to combat the Skeletons of your opponent. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. I want to win the battle at the river decisively with my Dark Goblin, but I don't know if that's able to happen 2 times in a row. I feel like I got a little bit lucky there. I went to the casinos, I rolled the roulette, and I came up big time. But yeah, I don't know if the Dark Goblin's going to be able to lock on the Witch for the 2nd time in a row. I feel like that would be way too crazy. What? Are you kidding me, dude? You shouldn't let that happen. You simply should not let that happen. That's awesome. Because now the Dark Goblin's just going to be a steamroller. It's going to go down the mountain like a boulder, keep gaining momentum, and giving us more value. Look at that. Daryl the Dark Goblin cleaned up the entirety of everything. That was ridiculous. Dark Goblin somehow finished off the Goblin Cage, pulverized through all of his spam, and I'm going to stop you from crossing the river here, dude. If you can't get that Skeleton King to cross, there is no way you're breaking through. It's beautiful, guys, because look at that. Skeleton King doesn't cross, so then he has no tank for the graveyard, so after this tower unfreezes, it will start targeting the Skeletons instead of the Skeleton King. Skeleton King isn't able to get closer to the tower. That means no Skeletons expedited journey towards us. We walk with a dominant W. As you guys can see, if you play against other graveyard decks, because your answers to graveyard are so rock solid, you're not going to have any issues. You guys can tell he's a little bit tilted. Look at all the rooster emojis. He is really trying to pop off right now. Dude, we're going to sauce out a good luck and immediately go for the Spear Goblins at the start. My favorite play with this deck and most decks in general. Spear Goblins are going to finish off the Electro Spirit and get damage on the tower because he didn't drop the Electro Spirit right on top of the Spear Goblin. So you know what? I'll take that trade any day of the week. Oh, you know what? It's pretty cool. If you snipe whatever building that they have with the Dark Goblin, and then you can break through with the Knight afterward, it's magical. Can I get the Skeletons down to tank? Yeah, let's go! So the Dark Goblin would have stayed alive if I went for the Snowball, but I don't want to get overzealous in single elixir. I don't know exactly what this man's got, so I'll just play defensive here. The Snowball on top of the Fly Machine. Push it to the other side. Maybe get some extra Knight value. Nah, not quite. I was optimistic for a second, but didn't pan out perfectly. Spear Goblins are able to kill the Fly Machine. Really good stuff for us. Not going to take any damage from that. Knight counter push on the left-hand side. Maybe we can bait out the Bar Barrel. If we bait out the Bar Barrel with the Knight, and then we graveyard afterward, that's where we're going to be able to get a wonderful amount of damage. Generally, you're not able to break through when your opponent's got Bar Barrel or any small spell to eliminate the graveyard Skeletons. So that's the card that you want to bait out from your opponent. Ooh, really interesting. I think he's going to Fireball on the Bomb Tower, so this could be quite bad for me. If I don't get the Spear Goblins down. Spear Goblin, save me from the annoying zappies that reset my tower perpetually. Okay, that was good. If I didn't Spear Goblins on the left-hand side, I think I would have taken like 600, 700 more damage. Oh, Spear Goblins gave their lives for the cause. Okay. Remember, he went for recruits, so he's not going to have those in cycle. He's going to have Bar Barrel in cycle, so I still can't go in for the graveyard. Oh, dude, come on. Go in cycle your Bar Barrel. You know you want to right now. Electro Spirit, that's good for us. That's able to chin onto all of the graveyard Skeletons. Fly Machine will die to the Dark Goblin because I don't think he's back to Fireball in time. He'll probably go in for a Bar Barrel. Yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff. This is great. I'll be able to win the battle at the river quite decisively because the Dark Goblin's going to win that interaction. And then I can go for a Graveyard Freeze. This is what we want because there's no real good answer for him. Remember, he cycled the Bar Barrel. He doesn't have Flying Machine. He doesn't have Elixir for Royale recruits. The Dark Goblin locks onto the tower, and it's our win condition today, baby.
You're disgusting.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's so fun to play Dark Goblin right now. Pops off with a ridiculous amount of damage when no one else expects it. Besides you, probably, because you've played it so often. All right, I'll Bomb Tower here. I can freeze on defense because I don't want the Fly Machine to be able to break through. I can Snowball here. I can try to keep things alive a little bit longer. Yeah, you know what? I can eat damage in that side. I can't eat it in the lane that he's already got damage. So I'm going to go in for Spear Goblins. I'll go in for a Knight. Make sure that Daryl the Dark Goblin is putting in the work. Oh, he tried to stop it from crossing the river, but I've got Graveyard Freeze, so I don't think it matters. He's definitely in a Bar Barrel, but then he doesn't have anything for the Graveyard Skeletons. Perfect timing. The Dark Goblin's still alive. Are you kidding me right now? I think Dark Goblin did almost 90% of the damage there. It's literally not a graveyard deck. It's a Dark Goblin spam deck with freeze. And the graveyard is just there as a nice little showpiece, and people think it's the win condition. When you rip off the mask, you see a big, scary Dark Goblin.
Now it's time to see who the Scare Bear really is.
Mask on.
All right, we're going to keep up that win streak. Let's go, baby. So we're sauce out of good luck and see what else is happening. Spear Goblins at the start. Feels phenomenal. Always, all day, every day. Log bait. Ooh. I'm going to snowball that away so we don't take any damage. we're able to push those goblins all the far away. Never, never land. And I don't like doing this, but I feel adventurous today. Daryl the Dark Goblin has given us so much damage in this games.
Traitor!
I think he's just going to keep it up. Oh my gosh.
Look at this dude.
The sneaky ninja assassin finds his way through. Doesn't even have any care and consideration for his other spear goblin brothers and hits the tower. That's awesome. So there's no goblin gang in cycle. I think I can go for a graveyard and a freeze here. It'll probably be worth it if I kill the Valkyrie with the knight. And then because he doesn't have a good answer, because he doesn't have his goblin gang, we're able to get a lot of value with the graveyard. The number one rule when you're playing against original log bait is if they don't have their goblin gang in cycle, you can graveyard in single elixir and get a lot of damage. But if they do have it, never go in for your graveyard because it's going to cost too much elixir to remove all of the graveyard counters.
You will not kill my ally.
Smart decision. Very, very well played. If he makes those type of predictions and he stops my knight in its tracks, it's going to be kind of bad for me, but it's not the end of the world. I can still Dark Goblin. It will finish off most of the goblins, and then the Valkyrie, and then the Princess, and then it will also maybe even get some tower damage. So the list goes on and on. He's like Santa Claus, checking off his list, getting the damage. It's so stupid how good this card is right now. I don't understand. People didn't understand how good it was, and it did not deserve the buff. It's too good for its own good. All right. Looks like Bomb Tower is going to prevent him from spamming for quite a while. Maybe I go in for Spear Goblins. Anything that he drops will immediately go into the Bomb Tower. Don't think he wants to log. Look at that. Bomb Tower finishes off the Goblin Gang. Just because I dropped the Spear Goblins earlier, we were able to get some value, and I didn't have to respond to the Goblin Gang. That's one thing for you guys. If you haven't done that before, definitely check that out. No Goblin Gang in cycle, so we check that off our list. We go in for the graveyard, and we make it happen for the memes. It's been a common occurrence for me. Every single time that we can get him without a good graveyard answer, we go for the freeze, we walk away with a massive amount of damage. Or they ended up dropping a Valkyrie and a Goblin Gang, and then also like a log, so they spend way more elixir than they ever should. There's a chance that he goes in for a Goblin Gang here and then tries to Princess me. I'm going to go in for a Bomb Tower just to keep the Dark Goblin alive. It's important to keep the Dark Goblin alive because it's important to keep the Dark Goblin alive. It's important to keep the Dark Goblin alive. It's going to force out a log, and then he won't have log for the graveyard, so nice. And skeletons here. Maybe Spear Goblins and then Knight. We can Knight. Maybe keep the Princess off of us. Not quite. Spear Goblins are going to force out a Goblin Gang, though. That's really good. There's now no Goblin Gang. We can go for a graveyard. Ooh, Princess, though. Nah, I can't. Need for the Princess to die to the Dark Goblin. If the Princess dies to the Dark Goblin, then we can start to rush through. Bombard him like a madman. All right, we're to Spear Goblins, and we're going to go in for Skeletons as well. That should be able to deny most damage. Bomb Tower's still out here. Okay, I'm going to Knight. If I Knight and I Bomb Tower here, it kills all the Goblin Gang. Pulls everything, too. This is awesome, actually. I really like how this game is looking. If I'm able to keep the Dark Goblin alive, and I go in for Skeletons and Snowball every single time, you're not going to get any damage. I think the Dark Goblin kills the Princess, too. Of course he kills the Princess. Why would I ever doubt it? And then, of course, the Inferno Tower isn't in range to finish it off. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Wow, this is so fun. I'm going to freeze. I wonder if the Valkyrie goes back. The Valkyrie is so indecisive. It's going back. It's going forwards. It doesn't know where to go in life. Skeletons are swarming. Yes, sir. 800 damage left over. That's all he's got. Beautiful. Amazing. Okay, so Goblin Gang is going to be out of cycle for a little bit. There's a 100% chance that he goes in for a annoying amount of spam. So I'm going to Knight here. Dark Goblin afterward. I think I Snowball and then Skeletons, and I think we're okay. There's a chance that the...
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Dark Goblin takes some damage, but it's not the end of the world. Bomb Tower comes up and clutches. Goblin Gang's out of cycle. Wait, you can't do that. You can't do that. Duh, 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 duh. You can't do that. I'm pretty sure you can't do that. So I'm going to freeze, and I'll walk away with a W. I mean, this should be GG. There's no universe where you're allowed to do that and get away with it. You cycle the Goblin Gang. We take your tower. It's a 1-for-1 transaction, my dude. Only 27 trophies, but we are destroying people and taking everyone's trophies today. As you can see, nothing but W's. Hey, so getting into this one, you guys already know if we're playing against the French Alliance, I'm going to be a little bit scared. He's going to come at me with the baguettes, and I'm going to come out with the spears. We'll see who wins. It would be awesome if my Spear Goblins were throwing baguettes at our opponent. I just want to see that for once in my life. There needs to be new skins with the Clash Royale cards. I would pay money, $20, for Spear Goblins to throw baguettes at my opponent's towers. Let me know down below in the comment section if I'm stupid or if you guys would do the same thing. I'm going to Snowball in the tower, try to get some extra damage, and usually whenever we see Mega Minion, it's probably going to be a slower deck. Maybe it's going to be a golem deck. We have to wait and see. We have to figure this one out, my dudes. Okay. I can go for Spear Goblins to finish that off. Oh, Executioner after the buff. I love seeing that too. The Executioner Golem with Mega Minion likely, right? That's what I'm thinking right now. So if I go in for a Dark Goblin precariously into that, I also need to be able to go in for a Knight. So I'm going to Graveyard on the right-hand side. Skeletons are going to be able to swarm them there. This time we actually have some level 14 Skeletons on offense. Will the level 14 Skeletons get a single hit on the tower? No such luck. Electro Wizard's going to shut down the Knight, but the Dark Goblin finishes it off. What the heck? Dude, I can't believe how valuable that was. Dark Goblin gets a log, but for his troubles, he was also able to finish that off. Awesome. I'm going to go for Skeletons and Spear Goblins. I don't think he's going to get much damage with the Graveyard. Valkyrie's going to go right into the bomb tower. Spear Goblins are conniving and finish off the Skeletons before they get too much damage. And at this point in the game, Spear Goblins will put us back in business, right? Yeah, we're completely back in the game. That's awesome. No, we're winning the game right now. Let's go. We take those simple subtleties in life and we celebrate them every single day of the week. Dark Goblin in the back to win the battle at the river. He's got Executioner and Electro Wizard, so I'm a little bit scared that he's going to drop one of those at the river. Wait. There's a chance that he goes in for an Executioner nearby and allows me to freeze. There's no way, though, right?
Hello, how are you?
Bowler? What are those, man? What are those? This freeze is extremely aggressive, but he doesn't have log and cycle, so I think it's the right moment. This is our opportunity. We're not going to squander it. And that bowler was walking more than he was shooting. That dude didn't even know how to bowl. He needs to go back to the league. He needs to start learning. That's crazy. I wouldn't even trust him for candlestick bowling. I'm going to snowball here. Should be able to shut down most of the Skeletons. I love that the Knight pulls back the Valkyrie. And then I can go for Skeletons to make sure that the bowler doesn't lock onto anything else. That was perfectly timed on our end. Bowler doesn't lock onto our tower. And with 30 seconds left, we need to just stop him from crossing the river and I'll walk away with the W. So I'm going to go for a Knight here. No Graveyard tank, so then I Spear Goblins and I isolate my Dark Goblin off to the right-hand side. So where are you going to freeze? Oh, let's go! Dark Goblin's alive! That's what we needed. As long as the Dark Goblin doesn't get frozen, he's going to be celebrating his own Cinderella story, guys. It's going to be Frozen Part 4, a new Disney movie. GG, well played, and peace out. It was a pleasure playing against you. It's nice to see that we can beat other Graveyard decks pretty decisively too. And even if they've got Bowler, it's kind of useless. It's way more clunky than the Dark Goblin. Dark Goblin is the new meta, and you guys better start using it. Like, subscribe, and have an amazing rest of your day.